Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we live. And there was one game seven in the opening round of the NBA playoffs. Happened yesterday, and the Cavaliers were able to defeat the Orlando Magic. Thus, they have moved on to the second round. I took a look at the other three second round matchups. Now that we know the fourth, let's get into it. It is the fourth seeded Cleveland Cavaliers versus the top seeded Boston Celtics. So you see a 16 game difference in the regular season. I mean, the Celtics completely dominated the regular season as they finished 14 games better than anyone in the East. You see offensive rating first. Not only was it first, but it was the best offensive rating in NBA history. Also finished third in defensive rating. Had one of the best net ratings in NBA history. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers' offensive rating, very middling, although had a lot of pieces injured at some points, whether it was Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell. Defensive rating, when you have Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen manning the middle, you're going to have a pretty good defense. So this series begins tomorrow. That's when game one will occur. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. And this is questionable because Jarrett Allen listed as the Cavs starting center, except he has not played in each of the last three games of the series against the Celtics with bruised ribs. So unclear whether he will be ready for game one, but I'll list him in the starting lineup. And also, the numbers in parentheses are their points per game, rebounds per game, and assists per game from the opening round of the playoffs. So for the Cavaliers, 7 games, and the Celtics, 5 games. Celtics dispatched the Miami Heat in 5 games in the opening round. So if Jarrett Allen does not start, Isaac Okoro will likely be in the starting lineup. Marcus Morris did start one game, but Okoro started game 7. So we'll see if Allen can play. But again, that's a great defensive front court if Allen is able to play along with Evan Mobley. Donovan Mitchell really lit up the scoreboard the past few games. Struggled in the first half of game 7, but really caught fire, especially in that third quarter. Darius Garland did have his struggles in that opening round, game 7 included, but did hit some big shots to the end. Max Strus, that guy you got to take a look at from beyond the arc. But had his moments where he really didn't show up much in that opening round. Of course, as I mentioned, the Celtics, one of the most dominant regular season teams ever, are missing one of their pieces, though. Kristaps Porzingis with a calf injury is expected. It's not expected that he will play in this second round. May be back for the conference finals. But in his place in the starting lineup is Big Al Horford, one of the elder elder statesmen of the league, but a very capable 3-point shooter, still a good rebounder and interior defender. As you see in that opening round, they had balanced scoring. Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, all scoring within a point of each other. Drew Holiday didn't do much on the scoreboard, but he is an excellent defender. I'm predicting that he will be put on Donovan Mitchell. Derek White, also a fabulous defender as well, be put on Darius Garland. Gonna make life very challenging for both of the backcourt members for Cleveland. Of course, Jason Tatum is their star player. Maybe first team All NBA this season, if not probably second team. Jaylen Brown, also, a perennial all-star player. So even without Porzingis, I don't expect them to miss much of a beat with that starting lineup. We take a look at the key reserves in the series. Now, one guy I list for the Cavaliers, Dean Wade. He has been out for, I want to say, the last 11 regular season games, as well as the 7-game series against the Magic, with a knee sprain. So I am not sure if or when he will return in this series, but you gotta figure he'll get some playing time. As I mentioned, Isaac Okoro will likely be in the starting lineup if Jared Allen is not able to go at least in the start. Karis LeVert is their top scorer off the bench. Wasn't all that productive. Georges Niang really struggled in that opening round. Marcus Morris got a few more minutes with Allen out. Even Tristan Thompson got minutes. Sam Merrill played. So we'll see who their bench pieces are in the series. Again, a lot depends on if Jared Allen and Dean Wade will be available to play. Meanwhile, the Celtics really only had three reserves playing. Before Porzingis got hurt, it was Horford coming off the bench. Luke Cornett was not really getting playing time. Now with Porzingis out, Cornett is the first big man off the bench. But Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser both can be lights out 3-point shooters at times. They've played a large role for the Celtics all season long. So, you know, two reliable guys definitely off Boston's bench. And Cornette is at least a long body who can hit the 3-point shot if left open. Of course, the Celtics are favorites even without Porzingis. They've been resting for quite some time. Did let the Heat win one game in the opening round, but the Heat were just complete lights out from 3-point territory. Kind of was an outlier performance from them. From beyond the arc, the Cavs really had a struggle in the 7-game series with the Magic, in which the home team won all 7 games. But according to DraftKings Sportsbook, the Celtics are easily the biggest favorite of the second round. They are listed at minus 1,200 favorites to win the series. Cavaliers plus 800. Again, series begins on Tuesday. My final prediction, I got to go with the Celtics in 5. I also picked the Celtics in 5 in the opening round. I thought the Heat, Eric Spoelstra could help will them to a victory. That was the case. But Cavs, I find the Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland maybe have one game where they combine for, 60 points and they find a way to win one game. But again, even without Porzingis, the Celtics have been a well-oiled machine. Porzingis has had his injury woes throughout his career, and I believe I read that Boston is 21-4 this season without Porzingis, so it's not like they've completely struggled once he's out of the lineup. But let me know in the comments, what are your predictions for this series between the 4th-seeded Cleveland Cavaliers and the top-seeded Boston Celtics. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.